Welcome back to Jobs and Educational YouTube channel. In this video we are going to see some more previous physics questions for ECET. Let's see the first question. Here the question reads the dimensional formula for angular momentum. The dimensional formula for angular momentum. Angular momentum equals to mass into velocity into radius. Means for mass the dimensional formula is m, and for velocity the dimensional formula is L by T, and for radius the dimensional formula is L. So the total dimensional formula for angular momentum is m L square T power minus 1. So option C is correct. Angular momentum equals to mass into velocity into radius. So the dimensional formula is m L square T power minus 1. The next question reads, which of the following has not been expressed in proper units? He is asking from these four options which is not expressed in proper units. Stress by strain equals to Newton per meter square. Stress units are Newton per meter square and strain have no units. So the total units will be Newton per meter square. And surface tension is force acting per a particular distance. So the units will be Newton per meter. Surface tension is correct. And pressure equals to, we know that force acting per unit area Newton per mm square or m square. Okay, option 4 also correct. But energy units are joule, nothing but Newton meter. So the units not expressed in proper is option C, energy. The units of energy are joules or Newton meter. The question reads, two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. He took a parallelogram and these two adjacent sides are represented by two vectors, I plus 2j plus 3k and 3i minus 2j plus k. What is the area of the parallelogram? These two sides are represented by two vectors. He is asking the area of parallelogram. Option A 8, option B 8 root 3, option C 3 root 8, option D 192. Here area of parallelogram equals to A into B, side into side. So the given two vectors are cross producted. So I cap, j cap, k cap. So 1, 2, 3 from vector A and 3 minus 2, 1 from vector B. So by cross producting this, 8 I cap plus 8 I cap minus 8 k cap will get. So magnitude equals to under root, suppose A square plus b square plus c square, 8 square plus 8 square plus 8 square. If you calculate this, root 64 plus 64 plus 64, you will get the answer 8 root 3. So the answer will be 8 root 3. If you asked for area and these two sides are represented by two vectors, you should do the cross product of two vectors. You will get the answer. Next question reads, if A and B are perpendicular, A and B are perpendicular, vector A is represented as 5i plus 7j minus 3k and vector B is represented as 2i plus 2j minus ak. What is the value of A? He is asking the value of A from vector B. Let's see the options. Minus 2, 8, minus 7, minus 8. Now see the answer. So dot product, he said that two vectors are perpendicular, so you should perform dot product. A dot B is equals to 0. So 5i plus 7j minus 3k dot 2i plus 2j minus ck or A. So here 5 2s are 10, 7 2s are 14, minus 3 into minus c plus 3c, that is equals to 0. 10 plus 14, 24 plus 3c equals to 0. This 24 is sent to the right side. So 3c equals to minus 24, c equals to minus 24 by 3. Minus 24 by 3. So the answer will be minus 8. Now let's see the next question. A body sliding on a smooth inclined plane requires 4 seconds to reach the bottom. Starting from rest at the top, how much time does it take to cover 1/4 the distance starting from rest at top? A body sliding from smooth inclined plane requires 4 seconds to reach the bottom. It requires 4 seconds. How much does it take to cover 1/4 the distance starting from rest to top? Rest to top in 1/4 the distance. Suppose if this distance is x, and to cover this x by 4, how much time it will take, he is asking. Option A 1 second, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 16 seconds. First, the distance is u equals 0 meter per second, velocity, time 4 seconds, and acceleration is 9 meter per second square, acceleration due to gravity. So we know that s equals to ut plus half at square, and substitute u, t, a and t. We'll get s equals to 72 meters. We got the distance 72 meters. He asked from bottom to rest to top 1/4 of the distance, means 1/4 of 72, nothing but 18 meters. Again substitute this s equals to 18 meters, u equals to 0, a equals to 9 meter per second square. You will get the t, s equals to ut plus half at square. Common formula, s equals to 18, u 0, t we should find, and half, a value 9, okay, 9 meter per second square, approximately taken as acceleration due to gravity, and t square. From this, by equating this half 90 cube equals to 18, you will get the answer t equals to 2 seconds. Option 2 is correct, 2 seconds. You should remember the formula, s equals to ut plus half at square. From this you will get the distance, and 1/4 of the distance is substituted again in this equation to get the required time. Next question. A block of mass 2 kg, m equals to 2 kg, rests on a rough inclined plane making an angle of 30 degrees with the horizontal. With the horizontal 30 degrees, a mass of 2 kg rests on inclined plane. The coefficient of static friction between block and plane. This block and this plane coefficient of friction is 0.7. The frictional force on the block. He is asking that frictional force. Option A 9.8 newtons. Option B 0.7 into 9.8 into root 3 newtons. Option C 9.8 into root 3 newtons. Option D 0.7 into 0.9 newtons. Let's see the answer. Here the force applied on the body that is on the inclined plane is given by F equals to mg sin theta. Remember this formula, F equals to mg sin theta. M, mass of the block 2, g, acceleration due to gravity 9.8, sin theta value he given 30. So we'll get 9.8 newtons. Force applied on the body on inclined plane. Now let's see the limiting friction force between the block and the inclined plane. Limiting friction force between block and inclined plane is given as F equals to mu mg cos theta. Mu mg cos theta. Here force applied on the body when it is on inclined plane, F equals to mg sin theta, and limiting friction is F equals to mu mg cos theta. Mu value given, coefficient of friction 0.7, m value 2, g value 9.8, cos theta value again 30. We will get 11.88 newtons. Here we say that since the limiting friction force is greater than the force that tends to slide the body, thus the body will be at rest and the force of friction on the block is 9.8 newtons. Limiting friction is more than this force required to move the body. So the force or the force of friction on the block should be 9.8 newtons only. The force required to move the block is 9.8 newtons. Here 9.8 newtons is correct answer. This option 2 is wrong. Remember this. 9.8 newtons is correct. The next question read. A body of mass 2 kg, he given m equals to 2 kg, he is hung on a spring balance. Suppose this is a spring balance, body of 2 kg is hung, mounted vertically in a lift. If the lift descends with an acceleration equal to the acceleration due to gravity, this acceleration is equals to acceleration due to gravity 9.8. The reading on the spring balance will be changed by, how much the reading on the spring balance will be changed? A 2 kg, B 4 kg, C 2 by g kg, D 0. Let's see the answer. Mass of the body given m equals to 2 kg and acceleration of lift in downwards direction is given as acceleration due to gravity. So A equals to g. Let the reading of spring balance be n. Suppose assume the reading on the spring balance is n. Equation of motion for the body, ma equals to mg minus n. So ma equals to force equals to mg minus n, or mg equals to mg minus n. A equals to g given already. So this n equals to mg minus mg, nothing but 0. Force minus force. Thus the spring balance will show reading as 0. Assumed n equals to spring balance reading, that is given 0. We have calculated that is equals to 0. So the answer will be 0. Option D is correct. When a body of mass 2 kg is given and vertically mounted on spring balance, and if the acceleration of that is given equal to the acceleration of due to gravity, then the spring balance will change it by 0. Remember this answer directly. Next question. If g is the acceleration due to gravity at the earth's surface, we know that g is the acceleration due to gravity at earth's surface. The gain in the potential energy of an object of mass is raised, then the surface of the earth to the highest equal to the radius r of earth is. Understand the question? The gain in the potential energy of an object of mass is raised. Potential energy of an object is raised. Okay. Then the surface of the earth to a height equal to the radius of r of the earth. Then the surface of the earth to a height equal the radius of earth is he is asking. Then what is the value? Half mgr or 2 mgr or 3 mgr or 1 by 4 mgr. We know that acceleration due to gravity on Earth's surface is g equals to gm by r square. So gain in potential energy is gmm, mass into mass of first object, second object by r, minus gmm by 2r. So we will get gmm by 2r, which is nothing but half mgr. So then the surface of the earth to a height equal to the radius of r of earth is half mgr. A ship of mass 3 into 10 kg initially 10 to the power of 7 kg initially at rest is pulled by a force of 5 into 10 to the power of 4 Newton. This is force given. Mass is 3 into 10 to the power of 7 kg through a distance of 3 meters. Distance equals to 3 meters. He given. Assume that the resistance due to water is negligible. Assume that the resistance due to water is negligible. The speed of the ship. He is asking the speed of the ship. Option A 1.5 meter per second. Option B 60 meter per second. Option C 0.1 meter per second. Option D 5 meter per second. Step 1. Acceleration of the ship. Applying Newton's law. F equals to ma. We know that force equals to mass into acceleration. Acceleration equals to F by m. He given F force 5 into 10 to the power of 4. Mass 3 into 10 to the power of 7. So we will get 5 by 3 into 10 to the power of minus 3 meter per second square. Acceleration equals to final speed of the ship. Using third equation of motion, v square minus u square equals to 2ac. Third equation of our motion is v square minus u square equals to 2as. V square minus 0 square. Initial acceleration is 0 square. 2as. 2 into acceleration we got 5 by 3 into 10 to the power minus 3 into distance 3 meters. So v square equals to 10 to the power of minus 2, nothing but 0.1 meter per second. You should remember this equation. Third equation of motion, v square minus u square equals to 2as. So the answer will be 0.1 meter per second. The next question reads, clock A is based on oscillations of a spring and clock B is based on pendulum motion. Both clocks run at the same rate on Earth, on a planet having the same density as Earth but twice the radius. So it's asking about if the same clocks are run at the same time, same rate on the planet which is having same density as Earth but twice the radius. Radius of that planet is double the radius of Earth and the density of that planet is equal to density of Earth. Then he is asking what about the clocks. So B will run faster than A, means the clock B which depends on pendulum runs faster than the clock which depends on oscillations of a spring. So pendulum based clock runs faster than spring based clock. Option B is correct. The potential energy at a point R when a particle is moving under the central force F equals to minus kr square is. The potential energy at a point R. Suppose if a body is moving like this towards up at some point R under the central force. When the body is moving under the central force, F equals to minus kr square is. He's asking about the potential energy. Option A k square by r. Option B k by r. Option C K by R square. Option D minus K by R. Option B K by R. K by R is the potential energy at a point R when the body is moving under the central force F equals to minus KR square. When a body is moving with a force minus KR square at some point R, the potential energy will be K by R. Thank you.